Well, there is another virus to be worried about when it comes to mosquitoes. It's called the Keystone Virus. Doctors in the Coastal Bend are keeping an eye out to make sure it does not become a threat. Doctors say the type of mosquito that is known for carrying the virus is commonly found in Corpus Christi due to our climate. Though still rare, the Keystone Virus can cause fever, rash, and even brain swelling, and that, according to health experts, can lead to meningitis. Their advice is simple: just make sure to wear mosquito repellent.
It's the usual advice from any mosquito-borne disease. That is, avoid dusk to dawn at night, and wear long sleeves. Use DEET to protect yourself from the mosquito bites. And make sure that any standing water is poured out so the mosquitoes can't breed.
All the same advice we hear all the time. Doctors say though there is no cure for the virus right now, they will be checking the area for mosquitoes that could be carriers to help prevent that illness.